Okay, so I didn't set the live the way I should have, but that's okay because we're live now. And we're just going to start. So let's do March. I always have a hard time when we're going into the next month, right? So let me see here. Let me look at this calendar. So we're going to do March 29th to April 1st, okay? March 29th or March 30th to April 1st. Yeah, we're going to do Tuesday to Thursday. So March 30th to April 1st. Okay. So without further ado, let me get comfortable here. Move on over. And let's get started. I got our cards all ready. I know I was a little late getting on here. Everything's ready to go, though. Don't need to do anything else. Except tell you guys, I'm happy to be here, and I hope everyone's weekend was good. I'm going to shuffle the cards, and then we are good to go. Oh, one just fell. Let me move this over a little bit more so you guys don't have to hear the rattle of this thing going back and forth. I got another little table in front of me. Here, if I go. That's the little table that I'm using. So, and once everyone gets on here, then I'll tell you guys some things I have planned, and we can go from there. So let's get these shuffled. Hi, Marie. So I'll put you on the list here. And then from there, so I do these readings first for everybody. And then once the readings are done, these kind of general readings, then I go into the questions. Okay. So that is what I will do. So let's do, my only thing is if the reading resonates that I'm giving you, so it's going to be $5 to go in a little bit of information, or you can do 15 to get a lot more information. But for right now, I'm going to do this part first. Okay. So I'll put you on the list, Marie. Yeah, you can use Super Chat or you can do this. And that just goes straight to my PayPal. Either way works. Super Chat or you can use that. But how was your weekend, Marie? All right. Actually, hold on one more second. I forgot to get me a water. I'm going to be here for like 3 hours. So hold on. Let me get me a water real quick. I'll be right back. Okay. Sorry to hear it's overwhelming. Yeah, Kay, I can add you to the list. You were here last time, Kay, I remember. I couldn't get to you. Okay, thank you for the likes, you guys. Remember to subscribe if you're new. It helps out a lot. Hi, Leah. Leah, I hope I'm saying that right. Okay, so let's get started with these ones, and then we can get you guys going. Thanks again for the other like. Let's do this. Let's get these shuffled. Alea. Okay, Alea. Alea or Alea. You can do that. Okay. Let's do this here. Let's get these shuffled. I've got 3 different decks I use here, you guys, so it'll just take me a second to get everything shuffled, but after we do these generals, then we can go right into doing some other questions. So let me do that. Go right into doing some of the paid questions. So do this here. Okay, let's shuffle these other ones. Yeah, Dimitri, I can add you. And Leia, I imagine you want to be added too to the list. Ugh. There we go. You are welcome. Remember to like and subscribe if you guys have not done so. It helps out a lot. Okay. Oh, I got a like. Thank you. Thank you, Dimitri. I appreciate that. Teamwork makes the dream work. Appreciate you guys supporting me. Okay, let's do this here. Hello, Snowbird. Oh. So I can add you. So I do these general readings first, you guys, and then we can go into the personal questions, okay? So wait until I'm done, and I'll let you guys know when I'm done, and then you guys are added to the list. Yeah, you're being added. I'm writing your name down. This part takes a minute, you guys. So when I'm doing this part, if you lose your place in line, you jump back to the bottom. So it's up to you guys. If you leave and I call your name and I don't get an answer, then I skip to the next person. Got about 30 seconds after I say your name or so. We can do that. Okay, so we're doing March. No, I wasn't going to do one yesterday. I am thinking of doing my tarot videos again, though, but I'm going to do an hour-long thing since you're here, Denise. My weekend was good, but I'm going to do hour-long videos going into all of the tarot signs. I'm thinking of doing that a couple times a week. And it would be posted in the morning. So I don't know if you guys like listening to tarot on your commute or your way to work, but hopefully that's something you guys would like. Okay, so let me do this one more time because the month is changing and it always throws me off. So we're doing March 30th to April 1st. Okay, and this isn't an April Fool's joke. March 30th to April 1st. Okay, I'm glad you like it, Denise. I'm glad because I was hoping people would like that. March 30th to April 1st. Here we go. Oh. All right, you guys know the drill. Pile 1, 2, or 3. Let's see, March 30th. Thank you, Snowbird. I appreciate that. All right. Weather's full house. We got 2. We got a 2. Do I hear a 3? Do I hear a 1? Oh, we got a 1. We got a 3. All right. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to do pile 2, pile 1, and then 3. All right, guys. Let's do this. Pile 2 first. Okay, so for March 30th, we have the Temple Path in reverse, Angel of Love, okay, Self-Respect, and then we get the Ace of Wands. All right, so these cards right here, the way I would read this is I feel like this is learning to fall in love with a part of ourself would be what I would see. But there's blockages here. When I see the temple path in reverse, there's something spiritual that we're not seeing. Angel of love, though, is to come at things with a sense of gentleness, love, and caring, self-respect. And so we're looking at loving ourselves and bringing in some creative energy. So tomorrow would be a good day to start something new, possibly even writing, taking a writing course, doing something creative. The Ace of Wands is about this huge creative energy. It's like a bonfire of creative energy, and each little kindling piece is like inspiration. It's sparking something. So there's a lot of energy going on here tomorrow. So you guys, tomorrow would be a good time to start something creative, to start something new. I feel like that would be one of the best things we can do, especially in these spiritual fields. Okay, so that could be doing tarot, that could be just looking into things that are more spiritually based. To me, that's what's going on here. And I've got my crystals right over here. You guys can see from the full moon. Remember to charge your crystals, guys. It actually helps out quite a bit. But that's something that's really, really important for us to look at, is focusing on that creative energy for tomorrow. All right, let's move on to the other piles here. So I said 2, 1, and then 3. So let's look here. And so now we're going to do pile 1. We're going to see what we get for pile 1. Okay, pile 1. We have got first chakra, Archangel Michael in reverse. 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, upright. Remember to like and subscribe, you guys, if you're not already subscribed. Maturity, okay. And the 7 of coins. All right. So all of this to me is pointing to us working with chakra energy, us working, thanks for the like. We're working with some energy here that can be kind of new to us. When I see the first chakra in reverse, okay, the first chakra is about identity and the foundation of the self, the spiritual self. Generally, it happens when we're children or when we're very, very small, when we're first born. That's the kind of thing I'm trying to get at here. So the first chakra is identity. It's solidity. It's earth. So it's what connects us to this world, right? When it's in reverse, we could be having some identity crisis. We could be having something happening where we don't know who we are anymore, okay? And this can happen in a lot of different ways. Maybe we got into a relationship and we kind of lost our sense of self or our identity in the relationship, right? That's something that can happen. Trying to claim back what we are is kind of difficult to do, but it can absolutely be done. But then I have maturity, and then I have the 7 of coins. So this is us looking at building up a sense of self, right? Where there's maturity and there's this hand reaching and grabbing the coin. This is a really good card to have. It's kind of a reaping what you sow. And what I mean by that is, as we're going through life, we're going to have these different challenges. And these challenges are supposed to be there because without those challenges, we wouldn't learn anything. So when we're focusing on the spiritual lessons that are coming into our lives, it's important for us to remember that there's not a right way to do something. That's not what it's about. It's about us experiencing something and trying to understand it for what it is. If we look at trying to do it the right way, we're missing the lesson. We're missing the point because there isn't a perfect way to go through it. Instead, what there is there's a lesson and there's something we can learn from that. Okay, so that's something we can take moving forward. All right, let's move on to pile 3 here. Okay. All righty. So pile 3. Strategy in reverse. The garden and the gate in reverse. Sacred woman in reverse. And the justice card in reverse. So some of us could be dealing with trying to find our own, again, that sense of identity that we were talking about. That's definitely what tomorrow could be. Maybe feeling lost, feeling like we had something in our lives and now it could be gone, or it could be in a different way. Something we're not used to changing has changed. And so we're looking at rediscovering ourselves. We could also be dealing with a very tough Libra kind of person, a very kind of different Libra energy, where justice is in reverse. That is a Libra energy that could be really taxing. It could be a really taxing person on our mental health. And so my advice is we got to get these all upright. Whenever a card is in reverse, it always wants to be expressed upright. Just like nature abhors a vacuum, right? Nature doesn't want to have an empty space. It tries to fill it with something. Likewise, my theory is when a card is reversed, the tarot wants to do everything it can to turn that card upright. The reason we get it in reverse is because it's saying there's an obstacle here. This is what you could have. So when we're taking these when strategy is in reverse, we're focusing too much and we're not taking any action. We're planning way too much, or we're not planning and we're not taking any action. And it makes it so it's hard for us to understand what's coming next because we're constantly either trying to avoid it or we're not letting ourselves experience the moment for what it is. Okay. The Garden and the Gate in reverse. This card to me is saying that the grass is greener on the other side. Okay. If the grass is greener on the other side, we can't be in the moment. We can't enjoy ourselves for what it is now. If we can't enjoy ourselves for what's going on now, we won't like the future. The future is there as kind of a milestone, but it's never really there. The future is always kind of in the distance. The now moment, and thanks again for the likes, you guys. The now moment that we're living in is the only real moment that we have. There is no future, and the past was a while ago. So now is what we have. Okay. Sacred Woman in reverse. Okay. This could be us feeling edgy, feeling agitated, not being receptive to life's energy. When we're not being receptive to life's energy, it tends to have us be, fairly cranky and ornery and, a little bit asshole-ish would be what I would call it. But that is something that is definitely tough for us to work with at first. The Sacred Woman, like I said, when it is in reverse, it wants to be receptive. It wants to be heard. It wants to be felt. It wants to be seen, validated. It wants to be in that receptivity state. When it's in reverse, though, we need to focus on making that upright. So we send love, we send attention there, okay? That's the whole point of this. All of this is an exercise towards us to get our higher selves motivated and in the right direction. Okay, so let's go into... is there a 31st? I think there's a 31st to this month. Yes, there is. Oh, okay, 31st. All right. So let's go to the 31st. I'll shuffle these real quick. Ume no Hana, right? Your question can be asked later. I'm doing this first, and there is a list. I can write you down on the list here. Okay. Let's get these shuffled, you guys. Let's get these shuffled. Okay, going into March 31st energy, what do we need to know for March 31st for the group? Thanks for the like. And remember to subscribe too as well. That helps out a ton. Subscriptions help out a ton. Okay. All right. More here. And boom, those cards are shuffled. Now we'll move on to the next cards here. Awesome, Denise. So we know what we need to do to get that upright then. Always remember to stay in our power. Our power is our place. Sometimes we get lost, we get sidetracked, but it's always there for us. Our main thing I think we should be focusing on, while I'm shuffling these cards, I'll just talk for a minute. I can add you to this list, Frederica, the energy, unless you're talking about the group's energy. Hey, Haley, how you doing? Thank you for stopping in and saying hello. Okay. One more little shuffle. I was just kidding. Now there's one more shuffle. We're getting more people watching, so like and subscribe, you guys, if you can. I'd appreciate that. Hey, Liz, how you doing? It could be some of that full moon energy. Look at that. The paper's stuck to my hand. All right. It could be the full moon energy still taking effect. That can tend to really drain a person. Yesterday, I felt weird. I felt really weird. Okay, so... And we can address that a little bit more when it's your turn. I am. I'm doing good. I did my class yesterday, and things went well. So, yeah. All right, I'm going to light another incense. You guys hold tight. This takes me about 3 hours to light one incense. No, I'm just kidding. Hold tight, guys. Let me light another one of these. Oh. Come on now. Oh, there we go. There we go. See, which one shall we burn? Well, we got these ones. Cherry vanilla right here. This smells, let me see this right here. This smells exactly like a cherry Tootsie Pop. If you guys know what those smell like or what they taste like, it smells exactly like it. It's amazing. Let's light this up here. Okay. Yeah, they're good. They're a good brand. Can't remember the name. I think it's Wildberry. Can't remember the name. Okay, so I'm always hungry too. It's the thing with being a Taurus. You're always hungry. Okay, let's do this one, this one, this one. Okay, guys, pile 1, 2, or 3. Oh. Two, okay. Two, two, three, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 2, 2, 3. All right, we'll do 2 and then 3 and then 1. Okay. I tallied up all your votes. So let's do 2, 3, and 1. So here's 2. Okay, so for, let's see, this would be Wednesday. For Wednesday, the 31st, we have self-respect again. This one coming up. Then we have the distorted feminine in reverse. Okay. All tied up. All right. And then we have the 3 of coins. So this week so far, and I'm just going to go out on a limb and say it, this week is going to be a week of self-healing and of finding out kind of what's happened, especially when we've dealt with that full moon. That full moon was crazy, at least for me. That full moon was interesting. Okay, brings stuff up, brings things to the surface. Also makes me slur. It's one of the things. But we have self-respect. We have distorted feminine in reverse. Okay, distorted feminine in reverse means that we're working to heal the distorted feminine inside of us. Man, woman, doesn't matter. Okay, when we're talking about the distorted feminine, we're working on, again, that receptive energy that we were talking about. The feminine energy is the subconscious energy. It's the moon energy. It's the energy that it's nurturing. It's that kind of, how do you describe it? It just left me, but it's a strong energy. It's more about receptivity. Okay. The feminine energy is the cup. The male energy is like the sword, right? The cup can hold water, and the sword can be used to help or to hinder somebody else. The sword can be used to defend somebody or to hurt somebody, and the cup can be filled with water or it can be filled with poison. So we want to take our cup that is being filled with a poisonous kind of material, and we want to see what it is that we're ingesting. We want to see what it is we're thinking and what we're drinking that makes us feel a certain way. Okay, so that's something that we can focus on. The self-respect is allowing ourselves to heal, because this is upright. This is upright. That's allowing ourselves to heal. That's allowing ourselves to go on a journey and to feel that kind of healing energy. Now, all tied up. And then we have the 3 of coins. Okay. These cards here are all about, again, kind of putting ourselves in a lack of, oh boy, that wind's going to blow. Oh no. No. There will be none of that. I've seen The Wizard of Oz, and it's not good what happens when that wind gets too strong. Gabriella, I can add you to the list. I'm doing general readings right now, though, so there's a little bit of a wait until I'm done. And then people that donate get top priority on the list. And so, yeah. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is we have all tied up, 3 of coins. So we're looking at healing and allowing ourselves to grow. Where I was talking about growing, okay? Look at that. That coin is watering that. Thank you, Kay. Yeah, I can add you to Sarabi. I think I've seen you here before. Remember to like and subscribe, you guys, if you haven't already. It helps out a ton. I appreciate it so much. Okay, so something that's coming to me psychically is treating this like a your healing, the journey that you're on, treating it like a yellow light. And what I mean by that is, on a yellow light, we're slow and we go the course, right? I don't drive myself, but I've seen what yellow lights do and I know what they mean. So yellow lights, we take it slow. We go through and we take it slow. So have that be what you're doing. The healing journey is not one we can force. Instead, we allow it to happen. When we allow it to happen and we're gentle with it, things start to happen. They start to bloom, okay? The gentleness is something that we need to discuss often, and we need to keep telling ourselves that it is a gentle journey that gets us where we need to go. We're not running a marathon. We're not exhausting ourselves. We're being gentle. We're being straightforward. We're allowing ourselves to feel, allowing ourselves to contemplate what's next, but in a loving way. Okay, so let's move on to the next pile here. All right, so I said, so now we're going to do 2, 3, and then 1. Putting the cards back in different places so we don't keep getting the same cards. Thank you, Kay. Thank you so much. I appreciate the helpers more than anything. Yeah, wait. Now we didn't do a... Oh. All right, we didn't do a card on this one, so we'll just put that there, and then we'll do this one, pile 3. Okay, pile 3, we have spiritual maturity. Okay, we have manifestation. Cornucopia in reverse. In fact, was manifestation in reverse? I think it was. Cornucopia in reverse. And destiny in reverse. So the reason why I'm bringing that up is look at these two cards. Pretty similar, right? Okay, so when we're dealing with this kind of energy, okay, this is a kind of energy where we have manifestation in reverse and we have this sort of destiny, this spiritual card in reverse. And I'll show you some different things here, but you'll notice this person is sitting in meditation, okay? It's showing the sacral chakra, the solar plexus, and the heart chakra, okay? I'll just show it up right so you can see. So you'll notice almost a DNA looking, it's like a double helix pattern going through. And I'm starting to feel kind of weak here, so I'm going to allow myself to focus here for a second. There's something about this energy that's a little more draining than I was anticipating. Okay, so we have destiny, and I'll show you this card here. So look at this. Look at this card right here. I have to cover my face. There we go. So you'll notice there's these 2 points right here and right here. And it's almost like there are these little things of thread or these little needles. So from this person, we're weaving what's going to happen, the tapestry of reality. When I see manifestation and destiny in reverse, something is blocking us from flowing, especially when I see cornucopia in reverse. This one. It's blocking abundance, okay? When we're looking at blocking abundance, man, my blood sugar just dropped hard. And so I'm trying to focus here and I'm feeling kind of weak. So give me a second here. Generally, these feelings tend to clear away too, but this is interesting. So this is a tough lesson that we're going through, where these are in reverse and we're focusing more on letting ourselves manifest and not forcefully, because we can't manifest forcefully. That's the one thing the law of attraction talked about, is it wanted you to do it in a gentle way, right? But it didn't really give us how to do it. And the best way for us to do it, and I think they talk a little bit about this, but it's for us to speak in terms of us already having it. But if it doesn't happen, we tend to get upset with ourselves thinking we can't manifest, but that's literally all we do in our lives is manifest. So it's like saying, I can't blink. You know, it's one of those things where I'm sure some people really can't blink, but most people can't. Okay. So this is something where we can absolutely focus on letting ourselves be in that power, but something's blocking us. And when I see the spiritual maturity right here, it's because we're not allowing ourselves to necessarily get to the top of that spiritual maturity. We're not seeing the lessons for what they are, lessons. Instead, maybe we get trapped in our own victimhood, or maybe something happens where we're not allowing ourselves to be expressive in that sense anymore. And we're blocking ourselves off from our manifestation, from making our reality the way we would possibly like it to be. And some people, it's difficult. Some people in their lives, they go through some very tough lessons. And so it can be very difficult depending on the person. But I do feel like these cards want to turn upright. Obviously, that's the whole point that I was talking about. These cards want to turn upright. And so what we need to do is we need to focus on being grateful for what we have in our life. Instead of focusing on what we don't have, let's focus on what we do have. That, again, that kind of gets the energy flowing. If we focus on what we do have and we're grateful, it allows more things to come in for us to be grateful for. If we're stuck in a way of thinking where we're not grateful and we're kind of in a spiral and it keeps getting worse and worse, what we're doing is we're attracting more things that are going to keep that spiral going. That being said, if for us it's hard to stop that spiral, again, the gentle process can absolutely help. Okay, I will put you to the top of the list here. we're almost done with these, and then I will address your question first. You are at the top, okay, Gabriella, because you donated. So you'll be the very first person when I'm done with this. Donation. Okay. All right. And thank you so much for the donation, too. I really appreciate that. I just do these generals first, and then we go to your question, okay? Thank you, Kay. All right. Inner peace. The garden. Community. This is feeling like an answer to what we were just discussing, the blocking of manifestation. And then we have the Three of Cups in reverse. Which is funny. Three of Cups in reverse and community, they're kind of counter-opposed to each other. They're kind of the same card. When I see the garden and I see inner peace and I see community and Three of Cups in reverse, our fear of situations or people or our fear of change, we need to step out of that fear mentality. And we do that again by the gentle process that I was talking about before, but we need to step out of that fear mentality because it will not allow us to focus on anything else. Fear puts us in a bias state. Okay, Marie, if you want to, you can donate. That's up to you. You get pushed to the top. I probably should have said that earlier. But it's okay. There's enough room for... I'm going to be here for 3 hours. Let's do this here. Okay. So, yeah, this is something that I feel like would be helpful here. So, Three of Cups in reverse, community, inner peace. And this one is the interesting one. We have inner peace in reverse. Okay. And this card, to me, we're definitely focusing on possibly getting very distracted and not allowing ourselves to feel that sense of inner peace. Again, not focusing on what we already have, maybe focusing too much on the present or on the future and not enough on the present. That can actually be a pretty big issue. And this is something here where, yeah, I would feel like reading up on something where we're focusing on allowing ourselves to change, allowing ourselves to not be defined as who we are forever. That's the important thing to focus on. If we focus on allowing ourselves to be able to read, to learn new things and to change, then we can adjust a lot about our lives. So, all right, let's go on to April and then we can, April 1st, and then it's Gabriella's question. Okay. Let me shuffle these really quick. Okay. April 1st. Okay, April 1st. What do we need to know for April 1st? So if I did an hour-long tarot video a couple times a week, you guys, discussing all the signs and things that are going on, would you guys watch that? Thank you for the like. It'd just be something probably posted in the morning. All right, Liz seems enthusiastic about it, so that's awesome. And I know Denise was interested, so all right. I'm thinking of doing that again, so I think we could do that. Probably be posted at around 7 or 8 a.m., I would think, so. And it would be an hour, so I'd probably do timestamps for you guys that would want to skip to your part of the video, or you could just listen to me talk on your way to work or doing anything else. Oh, I'm sorry, Bethany. You guys are being awesome, very supportive. Thank you. All right. April 1st. Let's see what we get here. I am a Taurus. Anyone that's been on the channel for a while knows I am a Taurus sun. Taurus sun. And then I'm, let's see, Taurus sun, Virgo rising, and Aquarius moon. And then nothing else. Absolutely nothing else. My chart, that's it. No, I seem that way. I seem very anal in particular. I understand why you would think I'm a Virgo. But no. I am a Taurus. A very lush Taurus. Oh, you bet your ass. You bet your ass we're stubborn. We're more stubborn than anything you've ever... I'm stubborn to my own detriment sometimes. It's ridiculous. Oh, Liz, you're okay. I'm just giving you a hard time. We're good. We're good. Yes. And I have all the air elements and all the earth elements and then nothing. I don't have any fire. And I have like 2 degrees of water in one sign. I think I'm Pisces, a very small amount of Pisces. So I am nothing but air and earth, or as I like to call it, a fart in the wind. Okay, that's just me. All right, you guys, pile 1, 2, or 3. And yeah, Aries can be stubborn too. I'll agree with that. The moon in Sag. And I need to learn more about astrology because I don't know a lot about it. As was evidenced by me taking a long time to remember what my placements were. Okay, so let's just do pile 1 going on here. So we have, again, we have the first chakra, Archangel Michael. Aquarius moons, they're always interesting, right? 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. That explains it. Damn you, Chiron. Gardener in reverse. And the 8 of Wands in reverse. So 8 of Wands in reverse means fast-moving energy has come to a halt. There is an obstacle. It's energy that still could be moving fast, though. It's almost like what I would describe a roller coaster, right? You're on a roller coaster and you're on the loop, and you're going down the roller coaster. And if there was something on the tracks, that roller coaster wouldn't care. It would still hit it, but it could possibly mess up what's going on. So it's fast-moving energy that could be blocked by something. So it's kind of like hitting a halt, right? It's energy that's hitting a halt. The gardener in reverse is not knowing what we have at the moment, not understanding what's going on with us. 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron, we could be looking at developing more of an insight, psychic abilities, intuitive abilities. And 1st chakra, Archangel Michael, this one's upright this time. This is us focusing on allowing ourselves to develop these abilities. So we could be developing abilities, we could be having success, we could be doing something, and then there could be a halt. There could be something that stops our progress dead in its tracks, and we don't know how to get it back. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here. There's still more cards to explain the situation, but there is a genuine ability that could be expressed on April 1st. And when it is, if we try and force it into something that it's not, it could possibly stop. Or if we try to, maybe we try to show off with it, or maybe we try to do something and our ability could stop working. But other than that, there's fast moving energy, which is really good. It's just blocked a little bit. So the best thing we can do is kind of let it play out and not try to force anything. We've all talked about, I've said it many times, don't force a fart. When you force a fart, bad things happen. Okay? All right. Okay. All right. Let's go on to this next pile here. So we're on to pile 2. Yes, Bethany Tanner, you shit yourself. That was the point I was trying to make. Don't force a fart or you shit yourself. Okay. We have rest and rejuvenation in reverse. Financial constraints. Commitment in reverse. And we have the 9 of Swords, which this one is not my favorite card, but that is, you're going to have some bunny kebabs right there. All right. So something could be happening to disturb our rest. There could be someone coming in. Maybe we're taking a break from something or we're doing something and we're being asked to come back in. And it could be in a relationship. It could be in an office environment. It could be doing something where we're starting to relax. We're starting to feel a little more comfortable. And all of a sudden we're asked to do the thing we really don't want to do. We're kind of forced to come to terms with something that we don't want to do. When I see commitment in reverse, that's what was making me think there could be a relationship issue here. Financial constraints makes me think it could be an office situation, right? Where it's like, oh, you have to do this because we're paying you. And the 9 of Swords is anxiety, generally. I mean, the rabbit's not feeling anxiety anymore, but it was there for a minute. And I think that's kind of the point, right? The rest and rejuvenation in reverse, though, that is the card where if that's reverse, we are not resting and we are not rejuvenating. Okay, it's not rest and rejuvenation. It's like depressed and ruminating would be what I would say. So that would be the card where we're not getting adequate support. So let yourself take it easy as much as you can, but know that there could be something unexpected that happens on April 1st. And it's already April 1st. Okay. Really great things happen on April 1st, and then they turn out to be jokes. I hate that. I mean, sometimes, you want some of those things to be real. Like when you have a really good dream and you wake up and you're like, oh, it was only a dream. It's kind of like how April 1st is. April Fools. Okay. On to the very last pile, and then I'm on to Gabriella's question. Okay, so again, all tied up. And I shuffle these, you guys. I know it seems like we're getting very similar cards. Cornucopia. Emotional freedom. This time the bunny's okay. He's right there. Don't feel too bad. They always come back. And the moon card in reverse. So one of the ways I could describe this card with the way I'm reading it, you have this card where it says all tied up. And she has kind of a look on her face like she's not in distress. She's not really inconvenienced. It's just like, see, I told you I'd be tied up kind of a thing. And when I see that, to me, it feels like you're tied up, but I feel like you could make room for whatever this is. If there's energy that needs to work its way through, we could make room for it. I don't think it would be too much of a struggle. But sometimes the thing that we need to make room for is uncomfortable or unpleasant for us to experience. And so we tend to push it and shove it down to the side. And then it becomes the shadow self, which grows in size the more we ignore it. And we all know that's not good. Shadow self, to me, that grows in size the more we ignore it, gives us the dark night of the soul situations where it's very hard for us to understand things because there's like a collective anxiety that unleashes. And we have to work our way through that. Okay. So it's best to understand what's going on now, work on it so that we don't have that later, right? It's kind of like a pressure cooker situation where the pressure keeps building and building and building. The monsters that we feel like are inside of us keep getting bigger and bigger. But once we actually start looking at what's going on inside of us and we start understanding things and we let ourselves experience sadness or anger in a healthy way, it makes it so it's easier for us to handle these situations. So moon in reverse, okay? Not allowing ourselves to deal with subconscious issues, okay? We have this card all tied up, okay? It's like, I could make room for this. I don't think I will. We have the moon card. That's a huge player in this because if we have the moon card in reverse, it's like the whole subconscious is topsy-turvy, okay? It's allowing ourselves to be ruled by something that we cannot see. We know we're anxious. We know something's going on. We have no idea what it is. And that's because we haven't gotten to know ourselves better. We haven't allowed ourselves in the quiet moments of night, in the quiet moments of the dark, to let our minds think and to let ourselves try to understand what we're saying to ourselves, okay? What I'm trying to say is we allow ourselves to be distracted constantly. Cornucopia. This is allowing ourselves to have abundance after all of this happens, and we have emotional freedom. So when we release, we have a sense of emotional freedom and we have a sense of, release. Okay. And that brings with it all sorts of rewards. I don't need to tell you guys that not being sad or depressed anymore or anxious feels pretty good. And so when we're focused on allowing ourselves to experience this energy, it's really going to help us to, understand ourselves better. Okay. So let us go into the questions. Gabriella, are you there? We can get it. We can get it, Bethany. Emotional freedom is something that we can absolutely do. We can work on that. Speaking of which, Liz, how are you feeling after we did a session? How are you feeling, Liz? Oh, there we go. Gabriella's right there. All right, Gabriella, I'm going to go up and read your question. You don't have to type it again, so let me go up and read it. You are welcome, Liz. I just posted Gabriella's question down here again, so that's what I was doing. Okay. No communication. We were dating, had an argument. Is he still interested in me? Capricorn, Aries rising. Thanks. Awesome, Liz. I'm glad to hear that. So I'm going to draw some cards for Gabriella. Just give me a second here. And I'm going to see something really quick here. Let's see. Okay. All right, let's address this question here a little bit. He's still interested. Oh, when is he still interested? Remember, guys, we got a little bit of a list here. The next person to donate, you guys get your question answered first, and you get a much longer time window. I just do one card for people that haven't paid. He's Libra, you're Capricorn. Okay. Let me get this for you. One more shuffle. So, Gabriella, was the argument you trying to help him with something and he wasn't taking the help? Ooh. Because I get two cards here that I'm looking at. One of them is Luminosity. And then I get Reparenting Yourself in reverse. Kind of, yes. Okay. And this is something here that I'm feeling is... Because when I see the Luminosity card, you're trying to help somebody, trying to come at it from a place of love at least. And then there's a sense of this person not understanding it. So I'll go into a little bit more detail here. So hold on. Okay, you wanted to buy a jacket online. I don't feel that there's... Then he said bad words and he got upset. Okay. I feel like this person doesn't have an emotional maturity going on. But let me see what else I can get here. Thank you, Maria. I appreciate that. Right after I'm done with Gabriella's question, I'll go straight to yours. Okay, thank you. Okay. So, Luminosity, Reparenting Yourself in reverse, self-respect. So you stood up for what you believed in, right? And I imagine you were calm and you said things at first. I imagine you were pretty okay with it. And then when he started to escalate the situation by saying what he said, then that's kind of something where I feel like you're younger than you or not. There's ways to handle a situation that are not that. Hey, Sunshine. I do feel like there's still a connection here because I get the Garden in reverse. I get Reparenting Yourself in reverse. These two cards I was telling you about. I feel like there's something here, but I do feel like there's a blockage on his end. I feel like when this person does these, let's call them stunts, right? I feel like they'll probably hold out. Maybe they'll hold out on apologizing, or they'll wait for you to come to them and say that you're sorry, which isn't the right situation. Has he done this before? This kind of stuff where he gets mad, says some bad words, and then does this, or is this the first time he's done it? Thanks for the like. And please remember to like and subscribe, you guys, if you're not already liked and subscribed. You're, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're about fifth or sixth in line, Yuma. No, he's never done this before. Okay. I would honestly, the best thing that I see, because I have luminosity right here and I have self-respect right here. The best thing I can say for you is that if all you were trying to do was possibly help him, or maybe say, don't spend it on that. If there's things going on with the finances, I would say the best thing to do is kind of wait to see if they come back to you. I still feel like there's a connection here, but I also feel like there's something childish that's blocking the connection. I feel like there's a sense of like, I think it's still there. I get luminosity, I get self-respect, which is you standing up for yourself, the garden in reverse, reparenting yourself. I just feel like this person has wounds. I still feel like there's a connection there, but I do feel like this person has wounds, and they might be waiting for you to reach out to them. And in this situation, I would say wait for them to reach out to you. If they said their thing and they got upset with you and then they, stopped talking to you, that's not a good situation to get back into, in my opinion. So I still feel there's a connection here, but I feel like this person, I guess, maybe needs time to mature a little bit, would be what I would think. So my honest opinion is wait for them to come back to you instead of the other way around. Don't go talking to them again or, anything like that. In my opinion, you can do whatever you want to do. I'm just giving you what the cards are saying. I'm just giving you that. Yeah. Okay, so hopefully that helps answer your question here. And especially if it was a little fight, which it sounds like it was, just kind of let things play out. Okay, so I'm going to go to Marie. I have you right there too, so that's what I need to look. So Marie, let me get these cards ready. Let me shuffle these up here. Hope that helps you, Gabriella. You're welcome. Don't let anyone else control your light or your shine, okay? Always speak your truth and always come from that place. If someone wants to be a little, what would be the word? A little standoffish or whatever, still let yourself speak your mind. Have your opinion. Okay, no communication with Cedric Perez, Libra at all. When will he approach me, Aries? How does he feel about when neighbor encounters? All right, let's look at this. When will he approach you? So I'm getting a little bit of a headache, okay? To me, this is a blocked connection. We have serendipity in reverse. So something happened here where actually the neighbor encounters make sense with that part. I'm going to draw some more cards here, so give me a second. Let me do the energy cards for you, Marie. And guys, as I'm shuffling, please remember the donations get priority. So if you're lower on the list, and there's quite a few people on the list, just know that donations do get priority, and you get a longer answer, and you get to ask more questions. Okay. So I get 7th chakra Archangel Uriel. Okay. And then I get you can just ask to be put on the list, but you go to the bottom, and I've got a few people. I've got a few people here. But I can add you to the list, Bethany, if you'd like. When you donate, there's no list. There's no wait. You just jump up to the front after I've done the person's reading that I'm doing now. But you'll have to wait. And sometimes I don't get to you. So I do this for about 3 hours and then I'm done. And so we got about an hour and 55 minutes. Sometimes I get to you, sometimes I don't. But for Marie, like I said, 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, and then man holding a coin in reverse. So to me, this is a stubborn individual, the Cedric Perez person. Possibly maybe even using money as a weapon. That could be something that could happen, or using finances, or using, maybe that's how they showed love, was through finances or through money or through something like that. And then when they go away, everything's kind of gone. If there's no more money, there's no more language of love from this person. That could be a possibility. Because when I see this in reverse, that could be someone who's very withholding, not just with money, but with a lot of other things too, including emotions, is what I would feel. Let me do this though. Okay, so no communication to Perez. So I feel like it's going to be a while with this person when they will approach you, just simply because I feel like this was supposed to happen for, a lot of stuff is supposed to happen for a reason. But when I get the 7th chakra Archangel Uriel card, that to me is a card where things happen for a reason. And then I have serendipity in reverse, which is like you've been cut off from something with this person, but I feel like it's going to lead to something better. Because I don't know if this person was as understanding a match as you would want. I feel that there's something missing here. I feel that there's something blocking this connection. And I don't think it's you. I feel like it's the other person. Let me shuffle these cards, though. Okay. Alrighty. One more shuffle here. And it's the 6 of coins in reverse. So again, it's dealing with finances. So this, let's see, did you say Libra? There must be, I'm thinking there might be some Earth somewhere in there. You say is there Libra though. But when I see this card right here, this is dealing with an energy that is, it's going to be impossible to reach this person unless they want you to reach them. And I feel like this person doesn't want you to reach them. So this person tends to be held off, or they tend to be separated, I guess would be the word. So I feel like it's going to be a while. I don't feel like this energy is someone who gives things. 99. Okay. But that's definitely what I'm seeing here, is that there's a tendency to withhold from this person. Possibly not dealing with emotions or not understanding that. So how does he feel when you have neighbor encounters? Let me look at that one. See, I'm feeling lightheaded. I'm feeling a sense of kind of disassociating a little bit, which is interesting. Fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel in reverse. Okay. So how does he feel when he sees you? He won't let you know how he feels, or I don't think he'll show it, and he definitely won't speak about how he feels. I feel like this person tries to keep things as, the term I feel like I would use would be vanilla as possible. This person tries to keep things as nonchalant as possible, right? That's kind of the energy that I get. And this person won't show you what's going on with them. I feel like because they don't have, I personally feel like they're not in touch with their own emotions. And so to let someone else in would be very difficult. That's what I'm feeling here for sure. There's a disconnect between this person's emotions and the way this person acts. And I feel like kind of what would you call it? Like a colder energy, I guess. Just I don't get the warm and fuzzies from this person necessarily. So that's what I'm feeling here. Is this making sense so far, Marie? The way I'm seeing it here, I don't feel like this person has the capability to understand what it would even be like. I get a sense of someone who's not emotionally in touch with themselves. And I don't feel like they would come to you. And I feel like if you went to them, it would just be pressing this person even further away. At this point in time, that's how I'm seeing it. And I know that can be kind of harsh to hear. I'll shuffle these cards here, and we'll see what there is here. But I'm definitely feeling like there is a blockage here. It just feels like the connection's been stifled somehow, and I feel like it's on his end, not on yours. Okay, let's see here. So again, it's the garden in reverse. So not letting things ripen, not going to harvest. I just don't see any reciprocation here between you and them. So that's what I'm feeling, is that there's not a lot of reciprocation. And I feel like the person's going to play it even more aloof, right? So I would say the best thing is to move on if we can. Hi, Crux, how you doing? But yeah, I'm not feeling much of a connection here, and I'm sorry to say that, but that's just what the cards are telling me, and I don't want to give anything that is, I don't want to give false hope. I don't want to do anything like that. So yeah, they were. Well, not most. We had seventh chakra, or no, maybe they were. You're welcome. And the reversed cards want to make themselves upright, but the connection with this person, I'm feeling like isn't there. When there's especially fifth chakra in reverse, I feel like this person's not going to show you how they feel. They're going to be much more stoic, and stoic meaning like no expression. I feel like this person's not going to let you into their inner world, but that's just what I'm feeling. So yeah. So Sunshine, you are pretty far down the list, and you are welcome, Marie. But you're pretty far down the list. But if I get to you, okay, if you donate, you get priority and you jump right up to the front. In fact, right now, no one's donated. So if anyone donates now, they jump up to the front of the list. If not, Sunshine, you're about 8 people down. So Kay, you're the next one. And Snowbird, you're a little further down the list, so not quite yet. Again, donations get priority. You guys jump up to the top. But if not, right now it's Kay's turn. So Kay, if you want to ask your question, go ahead. Yeah, Kay, you're next. I draw one card, okay, and I'll try and get as much information as I can. When you donate, you get more cards. You can ask more questions, but one question, one card is what I do for the free readings. So one question, one card. And I'll let you I'll let you ask your question, and I'll be right back. I'll be right back, Kay. And you're first up on the list, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I was told in August there will be a breakup. Whose jealousy will it be that will cause the breakup, me or my partner? Let's look. And yes, please, like Liz just said, guys, like and subscribe. It helps out a ton. I would appreciate it so much. Hi, Crystal. How you doing? Let's see what we get, Kay. So I get the Sunshine card. Hello, Sunshine. Thank you so much for the donation. Hold on here. So we're going to do, let's see. We're doing K, and then we're going to do Love, Sunshine. So you're coming right up, Sunshine. So this is what I get. I get the Sun card, okay? So to me, I feel like this is a really good card to have. I don't feel like there will be a breakup. Unless you're wanting there to be a breakup. This is one of the best cards in the deck that you can get. Exactly. Crux has got it right on. So the Sun card is a really good card to have. I don't feel like there's going to be a breakup. So there is that. All right. So now we'll go to Sunshine. So Sunshine, ask your question. We'll do just a little bit here because we'll just do about 2 questions. You are very welcome, Kay. Very welcome. And thanks again for coming to the channel. What significance or message does it have for you? So tiger, leopard, right? Those kinds of things. We're dealing with feminine energy. Leopard cubs could be well, that can be, reproducing for one, but the leopard is generally dealing with feminine energy. And to me, it's more of a subconscious energy. But I will draw a card and we'll see. And again, you guys jump right to the front of the line when you donate. So thank you, Sunshine. Let me see what I get for you. Were these leopards that you saw, were they hostile or were they more comfortable? Kind of comfortable with something I got or something like that. I'm curious how they were acting towards you in the dream. Okay. The mother cub was scary, but the other one, or the mother, not the mother cub, the mother leopard was scary. Right. There's no harm. So I get the Ace of Swords. Okay. This is interesting because it's more of a phallic symbol, right? The Ace of Swords kind of has a resemblance to a penis, right? But this to me is also dealing with, it's kind of like combining the two, and then you have the cubs. So I feel like this is a good card, but there could be something dealing with the divine feminine, and my heart's hurting. So there's something here for sure. Have you had this dream? Have you had a dream similar to this before with leopards, Sunshine, or was this the first dream? No, Frederica, you're down on the list quite a ways, so you're still there. Okay, first time having this dream. Let me draw another card here. I feel like it's just dealing with the feminine side. Okay. Just dealing with the feminine side and the energies thereof. So more of the feminine nature, but let me do this part here. Possibly having fun again. When it comes to new life or cubs, right? The cute, comfortable cubs, that is going to be a good thing. We'll do another card here. So we get this card. We get the Temple Path card. There we go. We get the Temple Path card. This is dealing with spiritual gifts and things of that nature. So the leopard is like a hunter, right? Okay, that's a see that's the whole thing with dreams. That's the whole thing with this. Hi, Gloria, and Vic. That's the whole thing with all of this is that we're dealing with energy that you said grandmother. So no, I what I feel here is that there's something with the divine feminine. Maybe you're stepping into something, and it could be a new path that you're going forward with, and maybe your grandmother does not understand that path. I don't know if that makes any sense. Are you doing something that maybe your grandmother would not have done, or are you doing something in your life that? Because you could be looking at possible disapproval, because the leopard could be your innate feminine nature and energy doing something and protecting its own, like standing its own ground. So I don't know if your grandmother has been opposed to anything you've been wanting to do with your life, or if you feel like maybe you would be letting her down by doing what you would want to do in your life. That's kind of the subconscious feeling that I would get with that. But you let me know. Okay. So that could be it, though. I mean, even if you don't talk much, there could be maybe letting someone down, doing something that you want to do, letting someone down, maybe not talking much, but feeling an obligation in a sense could be another thing. Um, have you been looking into developing abilities, or have you been looking into going down a more spiritual path? You're here watching tarot, so I assume you've done that before, but um, are you learning anything spiritual? Are you doing anything like that? No, the list is still open. I can add you to the list here. Okay, see, in just the simple act of meditating, there you go. Being in a grateful state, being meditating. See, that's good too. And oh, thank you, Frederick. Or yeah, thank you. Okay, yeah, I'll add you, Crystal. Just know, in my opinion, right, when we're talking about these subconscious things, when we're talking about dreams, right, it just could be that we're doing something that's different. And because of that, maybe people won't understand it. The older generation might not understand it. So to me, that could be what it is that you're doing something, you're trailblazing, you're trying to do something different or new. And maybe there's apprehension from the older generation, or you feel like the older generation would look at you and think, what are they doing? Okay. But you were trying to protect them from the leopard. The leopard could be yourself. Okay. The leopard could be your own divine feminine power, and you're trying to protect them from it, which means you're trying to mute your own ability or gift, possibly. You're developing in a certain way. You're starting to feel possibly more confident in your own identity. And that in itself can be challenging when we start to develop confidence because we're trying to step into who this new person is. So hopefully that helps to answer the question. You can thank Spirit for that last part there. That was not me. That was Spirit for that part. But thank you very much. Just keep staying on your path, okay? Okay. So, I do not have a child. However, I do have 2 cats, a dog, and a rabbit. I hope you do. Love you, Sunshine. I hope you do. But yeah, that last part, that was Spirit coming through me for that last part. I was struggling there for a second, then something kind of came in and took the wheel. So, yeah, no child to speak of. Okay, so let us see who's next. Bunnies are cute, and ours is massive. He's a big furry boy. Big rabbit. You're very welcome. When it comes to dreams, a lot of the time, the parts that we fear are parts that we haven't integrated yet. The parts that we are scared of are actually very powerful parts of ourselves that we're not necessarily identified with yet. Oh, okay. No, I don't have a child. But that's good. Meditation is awesome. And there that could be an image that came to you. See, it sticks to my hand all the time. But that could be an image that came to you, and it could mean something else. So that could be a clairvoyant message. So when you see those images, right, you can say, what does that mean? It could be literal, absolutely. But when we're doing psychic and mediumship, what does it mean is a good question to ask, and see what information you can get out of that. Hello, banana. Never felt weirder saying that in my life, but yeah. Demetra, you are next on the list. Hopefully everything's going okay in India. So ask your question, Demetra, and I can go from there. And Jesus, let's see. I can do. You're down the list of ways. If we get to you, we get to you. We're getting to the point now that I think anyone else added to the list, I might not get to them. We have about an hour and a half left. So donations get priority. Okay. We might get there, we might not. And if you guys can, like and subscribe, so next time when I'm live, if I don't get to you this time, I can get to you next time. Okay. Okay, so will V and I reconnect again? I am Leo, he is Virgo. Okay. Let us see if that's the case. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you again. You're welcome. All right, you sleep well, okay, Sunshine? Get some rest and know that you're okay. And if you see that leopard again, try and go up to it. Give it a little pet. See what happens. They're just parts of our subconscious. Okay, so let me see that. Well, V and I reconnect again. I'm Leo, he is Virgo. So let's see. Okay, Snowbird, right after this one card reading for our friend here, you are up. And remember, you guys, you can donate here. Yeah, never mind. I don't have it anymore. I used to have that link and I got rid of it. So we get for Demetra. Let's see what we get for Demetra. This is a card that doesn't really have a strong yes or no. Okay, and I'm not trying to. I do one card for everybody that does not pay. So it's not a strong yes or no, but I'll read it the best I can. So we get the Angel of Balance. Okay. This card is a card, again, that has to deal with balance. I mean, obviously, Angel of Balance, dealing with balance, it's not a surprise. But how I would read this as keep yourself level-headed in this situation. My best guess would be to kind of put yourself in a, for now, for the time being, put yourself in a state of receptive energy where if you feel like something could happen, go for it. But if not, I would say leave this alone. Put it out on the table, leave it alone, whatever you have to do. But the Angel of Balance is definitely, to me, you could also have a connection that happens with this person if you approach it in a balanced way. So that means not texting them or messaging them nonstop or doing anything like that, especially if there's things where there's possibly no contact. We want to give this person space as a possibility if they are to come back at all. So that's what I get for you, Demetra. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Just come at things with like a level head and kind of see what happens there. So, all right. You are welcome, Demetra. Very welcome. Okay, Snowbird. So, I will let you in on a secret. I have no idea how to multitask. It looks like I know what I'm doing here, but this is my realm. This is the spiritual realm. You get me out of here, you try to put me in the kitchen, or you try to get me to help with certain things. I'm a mess. I am an absolute mess in other areas, but this is something I know how to do. Okay. But thank you for saying I know how to multitask. It means a lot. It's not true, but it means so much. I appreciate that, though. Okay, Snowbird. Does Krishnan love me and will we get married? Actually, let's use these cards here. These are the love cards right here. And also, Frederic, this comes with time. What I'm doing here comes with time. Trying to learn how to chat with you guys and writing things down. If I don't write things down, then it becomes jarbled. This chat thing I'm doing here becomes awful. So, Ian, you would be down the list quite a ways. I think there's probably 13 people ahead of you. So I put you on the list, but we might not get to you. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It just takes time and learning and watching other people that also do it and learning as much as you can. It makes it seem like I'm a lot more advanced than I really am. But it's just because I've watched other people do it and I've tried to take tips and tricks and stuff. But you guys are very nice to say nice things. Okay. So we get self-respect. That card's been coming up a lot. That's been the kind of the energy of the night. Then we get sexual freedom. And then we get life purpose. This one's in reverse, though. So I do feel like this person does love you, and I feel like there's a connection here, but I do feel like there could be something blocking the connection a little bit. And I'll draw some cards here and see what's going on. But it seems like there's something here. And where I see self-respect right here, are you someone who, have you been working with boundaries, Snowbird? Like establishing boundaries with a situation and trying to understand your role and your sense of purpose in the relationship? Okay. Because the self-respect thing, the sexual freedom, it feels like there's a connection here. Maybe it's more of a physical connection instead of an emotional connection. Would that be right in saying that? Yeah, Ian, when it comes to your education, your question, if we get to you, you can ask any question you want. It'll just be one question though on one card, but you can ask any question you want. So somewhat, okay. Okay, I'll see what I can do here. I'm going to still be drawing cards here for a second. Donations get you top priority though, so you donate $5. That puts you up to the top right after I'm done reading Snowbird. If someone wants to donate, they jump right up in line. Because there's probably 10 or 15 people waiting for their reading. So, okay. One more shuffle here. And like and subscribe, guys, if you can. Okay. Taurus, Capricorn, an earthy union. These are interesting here. I get woman holding a coin and man holding a heart. Neither one of these are in reverse. So I'm just going to say this. Um, are you the breadwinner in the relationship? Possibly I am if I get to you. When I see a woman holding a coin, either I feel like you're making a good deal of money or you handle the finances. Man holding a heart. I definitely feel there's a connection here. I did feel that there was a blockage, but honestly, right here, what I'm seeing is there is a connection. But I do feel like this person could be holding back. Maybe, I don't know if they've been in a relationship before where they were hurt, but it does feel, or maybe that's the case with you. I'm not sure. I feel like there's pulling back. Okay, you put the most effort in, you're in long distance. Okay, so that could explain that. You're putting more of the effort in, and generally, I mean, that's hard to do if you're putting most of the effort in. I do feel there's a connection here. And like you said, I think that's what I was feeling was the long distance. Right. So if he's holding back and not opening up, that makes it kind of difficult. That's probably why I saw the life purpose in reverse. There's definitely a connection here, but it's not. If you're putting in more effort, right, and he's not necessarily reciprocating that effort, my advice would be, do you want to be in a relationship like that? If he's holding back, he's not opening up, and you're in a situation like this, would you want to stay there? This person may be a match for you. I could understand that. But if there's not a level playing field, if this person is holding back, do you want to pry them open, so to speak? Wouldn't you rather find someone else who could possibly be more open to the idea and possibly wasn't long distance? That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense because, like I said, we have the life purpose in reverse and there's long distance as well. So at least he's honest with you. If he said he likes you, but he's afraid of commitment, that could be the holding back that I was getting. Or you said holding back. I did sense there's something with the issue, though, where we're not connecting fully. I'll draw one more card here. I'll see what I can get. Thanks for the likes, you guys. Hopefully, we're getting some new subscribers, too. That always helps. So the fear of commitment is this card right here. We have death in reverse. Okay, so normally death is like this. And we all know death is naked. That's something we've all been accustomed to. No, but when I see death in reverse, this is someone who fears change. It's not just fear of commitment, it's the fear of change itself. And that to me is a fear of something, because change can be, okay, there's like fear of failure, there's fear of success. I think both of them are the same thing. They're the fear of change. So if this person's scared of commitment, maybe they feel like they can't live up to their end of the bargain, so to speak. I don't know what that would mean, but that's something that came through to my mind. So I feel that this person is just scared of feeling like they have an obligation to someone, feeling like they have to be there for someone. Because I don't know if this person is emotionally responsible enough to do that. So that could be why it's there. I'll draw one more card to see. I don't feel like there's a third party, but let's draw another card. Let's do this again. The Silver Waterfall card is what I get here. So freely giving of a resource. I don't feel that there's another person. I do feel though that this person, you feel like they're holding back. So when I see the Silver Waterfall here, I feel like you're the waterfall and he's the person that's underneath it, even though it's a woman right here. I'm feeling like this is more of a, you're giving energy, this person's bathing in it, and you want them to open up and to give you something. But I feel like the harder you try and push with this person, the more it's just going to push them away. I do feel like there's a connection there, but it feels like there's a hesitation on the other person's part because something psychologically is going on. That fear of commitment that you were talking about is definitely playing a part. So, and it's up to each person to heal their own things that they've gone through. And I don't know if this person is ready for that journey quite yet. But if they've at least told you they have a fear of commitment, it could mean that there is some part of them that's working on themselves. But I do feel like it's going to take some time. I do feel there's a connection, though. I don't feel there's a third party. Give it time and see what happens. And if you feel like you're putting in all the effort, let me see here. We did get this earlier. We had the man holding the heart and the woman holding the coin. Okay. There could be marriage, but I feel like now is the time where we can define things before the relationship takes its next step. My thing that I would do is I would try. Thank you, Bethany. I'll put you on the list here. And I'll draw one more card for you, Snowbird, and then we can go from there's the pen. I was looking for that pen. Okay. All right. So I feel like there's a connection here, but like I said before, and I'll shuffle some more cards here. You'll get one more card here. Before there is a question of commitment, there has to be, we have to understand kind of like our roles. If you feel like you're putting more effort now into the relationship, what you're doing, in my opinion, is you're setting a precedent where you're always going to be doing that. You're going to be the person in the relationship that's always reaching out, and this person could be pulling back. And so you're doing like 90% of the work in the relationship and the other person's doing 10%. That eventually, in my opinion, could lead to resentment. But what I'm saying is, if you feel like you're always reaching out, maybe try not reaching out as much and see if this person comes to you. My 2 cents. Right there. Okay. Any possibility of marriage? Seventh chakra, Archangel Uriel. Okay. So I do feel like there's a possibility here. There's a possibility of a union for sure. But I'm going to say let him, because I see a woman sitting in her power. I see a person sitting in their power. Let them come to you instead of you reaching out to them. See what happens would be my thing. And if nothing happens, I feel like you'd know that person wasn't for you. But if we get in a relationship with the dynamic that it is now, you're always going to be overextending yourself. And this other person isn't going to be giving into the relationship the way you would want them to. So those are my 2 cents. I feel like there could be a union here, but it just depends on how you would want to handle that situation. So hopefully that helps answer your question, Snowbird. Okay. Bethany, what was your question? Shuffle these one more time. Let's put these down and wait for the question. Take a nice drink. You're okay, Bethany. You can still ask your question. We're here now. I wasn't even addressing your question yet, so. Hi, Coco. If you donate, you get up to the top of the list. If not, we've got quite a few people on the list already. So donations get top priority. I can put you on the list, but donations get top priority, and I don't think I'll be able to get to everyone tonight unless you donate. Okay. However, you can like and subscribe. That's always free. What is coming up for you in love? Let me look here. Let's do the love cards. Summer breeze makes me feel fine. All right. What's coming up for you in love? Oh, that one wanted to pop out. Let's see what this one is. Okie dokie. I will show you these cards here in just a second, Bethany. Let me get these all shuffled out here. These cards need to be shuffled out. Got a lot of shuffles in these. Okay. Two more cards. All right, come on. Yeah, we had a jumper. I'm glad, Snowbird. I am so glad. That's the whole thing. I want you guys to leave here feeling that, and subscribe too, because I do want this to be a family thing. I want this to be people coming here and hopefully helping each other, and I'm glad I could help you. Ian, so you can ask your question when I get to you, but if you keep asking your question, I'm going to kick you out, buddy. I'm sorry. You keep asking your question. When I tell you you can ask your question, please ask it, my friend. But until then, don't ask the question. Because you've been posting quite a few of your questions, so you're not in trouble. I'm just letting you know. Okay. One more shuffle here, and I'm thinking we can... Okay. Okay, so Bethany, we have these cards right here. We have intimacy in reverse. So this to me is healing intimacy issues. Okay, so this is a good card to have when we're looking at healing these kinds of issues. So, and then we have this card, spiritual maturity in reverse, and then we have abundance in reverse. So when it comes to love, let me look here, Coco. I see. Yeah, I got it, Coco. Thank you. I'll add you to the list. You're right after Snowbird, okay? Or Bethany, I'm sorry. You're okay, Ian. I'm not mad, buddy. You're good. You're good. Okay, so Coco, you're right after Bethany. Okay, thank you so much for your donation. Okay, so Bethany, I'm wondering, have we been recovering from a possible relationship? Maybe something that was pretty difficult? Because these cards right here, you're asking about love, and I get all three of these in reverse. I'm curious if we've been through a okay. So that's something that I'm seeing here, like strong. I think the best thing to focus on with this kind of energy is for us to go into this and think, what can I bring to the table? Right, you've had a horrible okay. Because that's definitely what I'm seeing here, is that it's been difficult. And so let's see what we can do to make this a little bit better. Because when I see intimacy in reverse, abundance in reverse, and spiritual maturity in reverse, we're dealing with people where I feel like, and thank you for the like, guys, I appreciate that like. We're dealing with people that could be very, very, I guess the word would be almost like narcissistic or non-giving kind of people. We're giving ourselves up. We're giving ourselves to this person. We're giving ourselves to the relationship. And this person in exchange, this person in return, gives us nothing. And then when we ask for more, they just leave. So that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting with this. And in that situation, it's almost impossible for us to feel appreciated, loved, or accepted because these relationships are not fulfilling us. Am I right with that, Bethany? How does that sound to you? Is that accurate or put these up here? Yeah, so that is. You are very welcome, Coco, and thank you for donating. And I like I said, I'll get to you right after Bethany here. But so Bethany, the like a brick wall or stone walling is what it's called, where someone possibly refuses to give you attention or answer a question. Maybe they're upset with you, or they basically make you feel more alone than when they were giving you their attention. It's like they purposefully decide to isolate, right? And yes, so that is something that's something that when people have these core wounds and they're pressed on, um, generally the other person in the relationship presses on a core wound, they trigger something, and that person will kind of snap, and they'll just be like, okay, well, I'll stop giving them this, I'll stop giving them love, or I'll stop giving them attention, and then that will kind of bend them to my will. It sounds, to the person doing it, it's the equivalent of throwing a temper tantrum as an adult. It's not right, and it's not the right, it's not a good thing to do, but sometimes men and some women don't know how to handle things, and so they just say, well, you won't get my presence, then you won't get my attention, you don't deserve my anything, right? And that's how people they get huffy, they get very very, you just feel isolated, let me put it that way. It's not a good way to be. So let me see what else I can get here. But here's the good thing. Here is the good thing with all of this. The more times we're in a relationship or we're in a situation where we find the things that don't work for us, and we really find out those things that don't work for us, we can make better relationships in the future because we found out the things that we don't want, right? We're finding out the things that we do not want in a person. And the one of the things I can recommend, Bethany, is this right here. Give me just a second. Let me do this. Okay. Here we go. So this right here, this is not an affiliate link. I do not make any money off of this. There's nothing like that. And we will get right to you, Coco, right when I'm done with Bethany here. Yeah, and that would shock you, but this that I just recommended, School of Life, right here on relationships. If you just get that book or the ebook or whatever you can do, and you just read the part on relationships, it's eye opening. Okay, it's really really good, and it talks about how love is a skill, and it's not something we just inherently know. Love is a skill and something we have to work at with our partner in life. It's not something that we just have. For most of us, we have to develop it. It is a skill, and we have to work on communication. We have to work on these different things. But let me draw a couple more cards for you here, and then I'm going on to Coco. So hold on. Okay. So what can we do to help Bethany heal? What can we focus on for Bethany's healing? Fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael, which is the perfect card. Okay. So this is going to be us being gentle with ourselves during this process, realizing that we may have picked the wrong situation, possibly the wrong person, and next time we're going to do better, but we are going to be gentle with ourselves. We're not going to blame ourselves. We're not going to say we're stupid. We're not going to say we should have known, we should have seen the signs, whatever. We're not going to do that because that doesn't help us. Okay. All we're doing is blaming ourselves and we're making ourselves feel more miserable. What we have to do is realize that we're doing the best we can, and with love and acceptance, we can go to something better. Okay. We're finding out what doesn't work for us so that we can find out what does work for us later on. That's all that's happening. That's the only thing that's going on, is we're saying this doesn't work, but in the future this will. So that's something we can focus on. Focus on allowing yourself to heal, to feel the emotions that are coming up. That's something that I feel like women especially can do. They can go through the situation and they can heal. They can focus on letting themselves heal and feeling the deep sadness and the deeper emotions, whereas the men or other women sometimes do not ever feel it. They'll say, I'm over it in a week, but the reason why they seem like they're over it so fast is because they haven't even dealt with it. Women are sad for months, sometimes years, but they're allowing themselves to feel everything, and then they come back stronger because of it, and they find out what works and what doesn't in future relationships. So be gentle with yourself during this process and allow yourself to feel whole and allow yourself to feel your own energy. Okay, Bethany, I hope that helps you. Yeah, it's been tough and it will be tough for a little while, but that's the important thing, is that you're going through the motions, you're going through the emotions, energy in motion. That's what emotion is. And when you're going through it, you're riding that wave, you're allowing yourself to understand yourself better so that you can make better decisions in the future. And you are so very welcome. I just want to tell you that it may be hard now, but it won't always be hard. With emotions, there's ups and there's downs. Some people don't understand this world. They don't understand emotions. They don't understand what that is. But I feel like you're getting a deeper insight into it. Just keep allowing yourself to feel. If you're having a bad day, have a bad day. Okay. Don't try to say it's anything other than a bad day. If you're having a good day, have a good day. If something happens in between, something happens in between. But just keep allowing yourself to feel. Don't be numb to your own emotions and what's going on with you. Okay, Bethany? Okay. So you're very welcome, Bethany. Very, very welcome. Okay. So now we're on to Coco's question. So Coco is wanting a future love reading with DM, please. Okay. Future love reading with DM. So let's move these over here. Let's move these over here. And I do have a website, you guys, if you're wanting more information, you're wanting to do. I focus on energy healing. I do a bunch of different things when it comes to healing, helping to heal emotions as well. You guys can check out my website there if that is something you are interested in. No pressure, but something you're interested in. I offer a bunch of different things, and especially one-on-one readings instead of me doing these readings where everyone else is kind of watching too. So, all right, let's do this here. Okay. Liz, you got to quit being so nice. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that, Liz. Thank you. Okay, future love reading with DM, please. Oh, thank you, Rada. I appreciate that. Well, nice to meet you, Rada. Hopefully you've had a good weekend. I was going to say, I don't think I've seen you here before. Well, I appreciate that, Liz. Oh, Crystal, thank you. That's very sweet of you. Okay. So, Coco, are you still there? Hopefully you're still there. Coco. I'm just going to wait a second here. Coco did donate, so just do something to pass the time here. Is anyone interested in learning psychic ability? Might as well throw that out there. Because I know Liz is. I know there's a few people here that are interested. Oh, Frederica. Okay. So I'm offering a class, Frederica and Rada. I'm offering a class, and it's going to be, well, here. I can do it this way. You guys can look at that and tell me if you're interested. Okay. It's a pledge that I have, and you don't have to pay any money for the class now, but when I get enough people that have signed up for the pledge, then we'll start the class going. And it's going to be taking you from being intuitive or from starting out to hopefully doing psychic and mediumship readings. So a little bit, I'm more claircognizant, where I just know things, and then When I do energy healings with people, I can pick up on some stuff. It just depends, but it's more that. So more claircognizant and clairvoyant sometimes, and sometimes tasting things, sometimes smelling things. But yeah, but I do teach how to develop the clairs and all that kind of stuff. Okay, Coco's there. All right, well, you guys can check out that link that I just put in the chat. And Coco is here. So I'm going to go with Coco's reading, and we can address this here in just a second. So stay tuned, guys. All right. So, Coco. The beginning stages are always the funnest. Okay, so Coco's here. Thank you, Rada. Let me know if you guys are, let me know if you're interested. So for Coco, I get Angel of Love in reverse. Then I get Indecision. Okay. And then I get Fifth Chakra, Archangel Gabriel. Okay. In reverse. So I'm going to say this, Coco, can you hear me now? Can you type just NOW that you can hear me now so that I know that you're not watching an old part of the stream? Just type NOW. Okay. Yeah, that's what I figured. Boy, there is a significant delay. So I got to figure out how to do this. All right. I'm just going to give you your reading, what I get. Okay. There won't be any direct feedback. That's okay. Let's do this. Angel of Love in reverse. Indecision. Okay. Fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel in reverse. So to me, this DM person, I'm feeling like we feel like we're on a crossroads. Okay. Like this right here. Indecision. What are they doing with indecision? There's a crossroads, right? There's left and there's right that you can go. And you can see this person is right there. They're wondering if I should go left or if I should go right. When I see Angel of Love in reverse and Fifth Chakra Archangel Gabriel in reverse, this to me is telling me that we're focusing on someone who possibly isn't understanding what we're saying. This person will have, let's call it selective hearing. Let's be nice and call it selective hearing. And we'll leave it at that. But that's what I see here. So when we're focusing on this selective hearing, that means that the person responds to what they want to hear, what they want to understand, and they either won't say anything or they'll hold back if there's something that's said that they don't agree with or they don't understand. So DM seems to me to be a little bit closed off, would be the energy that I'm getting. And then my jaw is starting to hurt too. So this could be you trying to communicate something to this person. It's not going through. That's what I'm feeling here. But let's do this here. Okay. All right, let's shuffle again. It does feel like there could be something here, though. So as I said earlier, this person does seem to be selective. Let's put it that way. Okay, I did that about 5 minutes ago. The NOW, okay, when you read this, awesome, Frederica, I'm glad it helps you. That's what I'm trying to do. Me and my spirit team, that's what we're here to do. You're very welcome. Absolutely. So Coco, from where you typed NOW, okay, know that I saw your message. You're not going to get this for probably another 5 minutes, but I'm going to say that right now. We're probably about 3 to 5 minutes apart on the delay. So as you typed NOW, I saw it, but I'm still giving you your reading, which you are seeing now. It's like being in a black hole. I don't know. Anyway, so I get these cards, maturity, and then I get soulmates. So if there is maturity with this person, if we can talk things out with this person that has selective hearing, or if we can understand ourselves better in what we're wanting to do, I feel like there could be something here. I do. When I see soulmates and maturity, this is good, but I do feel like the other person is either not wanting to hear what you have to say or stopping you from saying things. And so unless that can be worked through, that's going to be kind of difficult. But if you can work through that kind of energy, then you're looking at possibly a pretty positive union. Okay. I'm going to draw some more cards here. And we can do that. But yeah, that's what I've been doing, you guys. I've been teaching. I teach mediumship. I teach psychic ability, how to harness that, how to express your own ability. I feel like that's where me and my guides kind of shine a little bit, is how to express your own sense of intuitive identity, I guess you would call it. So that's something that hopefully I can give to you guys. It's going to be primarily an intuitive, psychic, and mediumship course, but we're going to start out with some baby steps and kind of go from there. Okay. Thank you, Crux. Hopefully she sees that. I don't know. This happens sometimes. It does happen. Maybe your internet connection's acting a little funny. So we get the Ace of Wands card right here. Beautiful card. Okay, lots of creative energy, lots of passion. I do see things going your way, but I do feel like this is a bit of a rough patch that you're in right now. So I feel like if you stick through it and you stick to your guns, okay, this doesn't mean submitting. This doesn't mean giving up and letting the other person kind of run the relationship. That's not what this is about. It's about letting yourself have your own identity in the relationship and standing firm in that. If you can do that and you understand what's going on that way and you stick to your own guns and you keep going in that direction, I feel like things will work out. But it will be exhausting because I feel like you're dealing with someone who is stubborn. Okay. Okay, good. But Coco, yeah, you've got some good stuff here. I don't see anything bad. There's like I said, blockage in the connection when we're talking about the hearing part, but that's kind of it. So yeah, let me know when you catch up. I'm going to just be chatting with people about the class I'm going to do. When you're caught up to this part of the conversation, you can ask another question, and I'll address one more question for you. But in the time being, I'm just going to talk to these guys for a second. So everybody in the chat. So yes, we will talk about the clairs. We will talk about a lot of different things. We'll talk about a lot of different forms of mediumship. We'll talk about different forms of psychic ability. We'll talk a little bit about everything and the development thereof. And there will be partner exercises. That's the main thing, is that what we're learning is great. But if we don't put it to use, then, it's kind of like, why are we learning it? Knowledge, the only way knowledge becomes wisdom is by experience. And so I feel like the best thing for us to do is to have some experience. So that's going to be primarily what we're focusing on, is going to be partner exercises and how to use intuitive ability. So yeah, if you guys are interested in that, because I know okay. All right, so you guys are Rada and Frederica. You guys are interested. So that's good. Okay. You guys are on the list. That makes 5 of us so far. I want to get 5 more people. 5 more people, and then we can do these classes. And like I said, we can experience the psychic ability and we can take it a step further. So wherever you're at in your psychic expression, we can hopefully enhance that. And if you don't have a psychic expression yet, we can hopefully develop that. And I've got tons of stuff built up for the class. I'm going to be doing even more work on our way to getting the class started, but yeah. Okay. So any questions, you guys? Oof. Thank you, Liz. Okay. All right. Well, let me see here. So I'm waiting for Coco. Okay, so yeah. Okay. General readings in the group. Frederic, yeah. A lot of the times when we do these kinds of classes, because I've taken a few from some other people, we don't usually do general readings in the group. However, if I see that you're having an issue in a certain area, I can help address that issue. But generally, no, we don't do general readings in the group. However, you will be working with other people. Go for it, Crux. Ask your question, Crux, and I'm going to address this here. So, Coco, I just got your question, okay? And it's about, let's see. I can't give you a universal time. That doesn't make any sense. So I got your question. I do feel like things will work out. It does feel like a low point, though, right now. And it feels like indecision. Okay, the card I had, where we can go left or we can go right. Okay. And hi, Xena. Maldonado. Okay, I said that right. I'll add you to the list. But you're down there a little bit of a ways. If you want to donate, it goes up to the top, though. Okay. Yeah, we can regain what's lost, Crux. Absolutely. But you're very welcome. You may have time, Xena, but I might not. I'm leaving here in about 36 minutes or so, but if you guys want to subscribe and like the video, you can be tuned right in for when I do my next live at Thursday at 5 p.m. MST. I'm still going to be live for about another 30 minutes or so, but thank you for the likes, you guys. I appreciate that. But yeah, and astral projection is the same thing, and I can actually help you guys with that too. My guides do astral projection work as well. It just depends kind of how you guys want to develop and learn. If you want to take those abilities and learn them again, thank you so much, Scene. Thank you. I'll see if we get to you. But I appreciate the like and the sub. Yeah, so let's see. Hot Girl Vic. Well, I've done that one. Done that one. That one, done that one, that one. That one. So you are, let's see. We'll see what happens here. I'm not making any promises, Xena, but Hot Girl Vic, you are down the list a little bit. We have weather. I don't know if they're here. I'm just going to kind of round this out, though, because I've been talking and doing this. So, Coco, okay? You're very welcome. It's just a little page you can read and go from there, but you can definitely relearn what we've kind of suppressed. And that's the thing, is that we've suppressed it. That connection's there. That connection is always there. We've just suppressed it. We've said, no, thank you, not right now. You don't know why, but astral projection scares you. It scares most people. Okay. Hot Girl Vic, it scares most people. It's actually a very common fear. In fact, I would say the reason why it scares people is because we have a fear of death. And this is, in fact, an ego death in a way, because it's a paradigm shift. The person's belief system can be totally flipped on its head. So that's why it could scare you. It's the fear of the unknown. Oh. Okay, so I'll just go through the list then. And Coco, know that I do feel like things can work out and be okay. Maybe there might be a separation for a minute. You can come back together stronger. But from what I'm seeing here is that things will work out. But if it's at a low point now, just give it time to breathe, give it room to see kind of what happens. And if you're putting in a ton of effort to try and keep things together, maybe pull back a little bit of that so that you can regain some of your sanity from the relationship and then kind of see what happens. Because if we keep giving and giving and giving into something that's not producing for us, it can be very draining in the long run. So, that's my 2 cents on that. Okay, so Alea, are you there? She was there like an hour and a half ago. If she's still there, I will be impressed. Okay, so she's not there. Is Weather there? Did I answer? I think I answered Weather's question, actually. Let's see. Well, right now, it seems like I've addressed most people. We have Frederica. Do you have a question? Because right now, the way it stands, it'll be Frederica, Hot Girl Vic, Crystal Ball, and yeah. And then you, Maldon, Xena. We'll just call you Xena. It's a little easier for me to pronounce. So also remember, you guys, when you donate, you get bumped up to the top, okay, and you get more questions answered. It also shows appreciation towards me and the work I'm doing. I want to keep doing this as a service to you guys. A little bit of the donations go a long way, so that's why I ask. Okay, and everyone has been great so far. So please, if you don't have the money to donate, don't feel like you have to. That's not what this is about. It's just I'm just putting that out there. Okay. All right. Okay, so ask your question, Frederica. Go right ahead and ask your question. I know you've been waiting for a while, so. Spiritual detox. All right, let's do the energy cards for that one. Generally, we can tell when we're going through a spiritual detox because we can feel some parts of us, we can feel disassociated, we can feel ungrounded. That can be something. Saging ourselves is actually really good to try. Palo Santo is a really good thing to try. Um, being barefoot in nature helps to ground ourselves as a possible detox as well. And also visualization can help too. But to address it with cards, let's look at that. Okay, going through a spiritual detox. So I get contract. That's one we don't see very much on the channel. In fact, I don't know if I've ever drawn that one. Rest and rejuvenation. Woman holding a coin in reverse. So you're going through an awakening. You're going through a spiritual detox, awakening, whatever you'd want to call it. A dark night of the soul situation. This can be insomnia, anxiety, back pain, nightmares. There can be a bunch of different things going on here. Primarily, though, because we've talked about this before on the channel. So best way I know for us to go through this, and right now I'm feeling my crown chakra being activated. So you're definitely going through a little something. Crown chakra, third eye chakra. So Frederica, have you been experiencing more synchronistic things happening in your life, like things just kind of coming up and there being kind of a flow, even if sometimes it seems kind of negative? Kind of a flow of things just kind of happening, sort of going into each other. Yeah, okay. So you could be dealing with some spiritual. Okay, so generally what happens is this. I don't have a piece of paper. Actually, you guys, hold on a second, and I will get something that will help with this. So hold on. All right, it's right there. Okay. I am not much of an artist in the traditional sense. Okay. So do not be expecting works of art from me. But I will show you this. Okay, so here's what we're looking at. So you have your chakras, right? You got 7 of those. Okay, and we'll go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so you have 7 chakras, okay? Now, what's happening when someone's going through, you have a Kundalini awakening, okay? When you're going through a Kundalini awakening, things can happen. Those things being this, okay? So at the base of the spine, kind of coiled up, okay? We have this. You guys see that little squiggle there at the bottom? That is the coiled serpent energy that we could possibly be dealing with. So this energy, what generally ends up happening, and this is not to be confused with the dark night of the soul situation. A Kundalini awakening is generally more extreme. When this starts to happen, the only thing we can do, from my understanding, is to go with the flow. If we try to fight against it, it doesn't do anything. It's still going to be happening. So what happens is that coil that I just showed you guys does this, okay? So it starts here. I'll explain that here in just a second. Something like this. Okay, I'm just drawing some arrows here. So that coil that I was showing you guys, I'm showing you that the coil is that right there that's weaving in between the 2 chakras, or the chakras, all the way going up to the 6th chakra. Basically, what this is right here, a Kundalini awakening is taking this energy, this ancient kind of energy, and it's more of a masculine, it's like a divine masculine energy, and it's going up and around the chakras. As it does this, it's activating each chakra further. So generally, it means that you'll have more of a psychic ability. But during the process, when this is starting to go on, it can actually be really hard for us to focus on things. We're talking about you can have night sweats or hot flashes without menopause. You can go through muscle tearing. Some people have that. It's not very likely, but there's extremes of things happening where someone goes through these Kundalini awakenings and it can take its toll. Now, so a dark night of the soul, Xena, is not as extreme. Dark night of the soul is kind of like you're feeling kind of an existential dread or anxiety, and you're working with dealing with things that have happened in your past. Generally, a dark night of the soul is used to refer to, and it can be weeks or even months, it's used to refer to a time where we feel like we're sort of addressing our shadow side. And when we're doing that, it can be very hard for us to feel like we're on safe ground because we're being shown the depths of our own soul. And if we haven't visited there in a while, it can seem like a pretty crazy place. Does that make sense so far? I'm not saying that's exactly what you have, Frederica, but I'm saying that the stomach aches and things like that, it could be due to this. Okay, So there could be something to do with that. Absolutely. There could also be appendicitis too. I'm not sure. Have you had your appendix removed, Frederica? Is it in one side of the stomach? Is it the whole stomach? But generally, that's what we're looking at. It's a very different kind of energy, and it affects people differently. Okay. So that's kind of what I wanted to say on that. But it can just be a lot to go through. It can be pretty excruciating sometimes. And a dark night of the soul isn't any fun either. But there could be something there with the no, only one side. Okay. Okay, so the one side. Okay, so that's why I'm saying this. Okay, so Frederica, is it on the right side of your abdomen? Is it like on the right side? On the abdomen area. Because that came to my mind too. If it's appendicitis. Because there could be an awakening going on for sure, but appendicitis is also something we could look out for. So, Frederica, right side of the abdomen, is that where you're feeling it? Does it hurt if you cough or you walk or make jarring movements? Oh, your left. Okay, left side. Okay. We could definitely be dealing with something else then. All right, keep track of that, Federica, going forward, and see kind of what's happening. If there's any physical pain or sensations besides the stomach pain and the back pain, if it hurts when you walk, when you move, or if you feel like you have a fever, I would definitely say go get that checked out. When you walk, it hurts more. Okay. How long has this been going on for? You could be, Frederica. I'm not sure. I really would say possibly go and get checked out. There could be something there. Um, it sounds like Kundalini is intense for sure, but this to me actually sounds like there could be a sickness there. And if it's causing you that kind of pain, yeah, I would really say go get checked out. I would definitely say to go get checked out and kind of see what's happening. Hey, Trey and EVGen025. I'm not going to describe you based on your birth chart, but you know, I don't do that kind of stuff. I do tarot and psychic messages, so I'm not going to describe you based on your birth chart. And the reading part, I'm probably not going to be doing any more readings, you guys. I'm actually getting off in 5 minutes, getting off of here. So you're welcome, Zena. Heyoka empaths are very, very different, very unique. So it really depends. The Heyoka empath usually has an incredibly hard life. From what I've understood, Heyoka empaths are very they have it pretty rough in some areas. And if you are a Heyoka empath, generally you are a mirror to other people, and people will not like to see their shortcomings. So a Heyoka empath leads a life where they are very sensitive, and if they're very sensitive, it can make it so that other people they do not want to see themselves in the Heyoka empath. And the Heyoka empath has no recourse but to be that way. You can't change how you are. If you're a Heyoka empath, you're always putting out the reflection of other people, not to spite them, not to do anything like that, but because it's who you are as a person and you're trying to emit your truest expression of yourself. So you tell me if that's you, that to me would be a Heyoka empath. And generally they do go through a lot in life, a lot of struggles have happened to Heyoka empaths usually. It's not something that's a light thing, again, from my understanding. We actually have a little bit more time, guys. I do have about 12 more minutes because I started the stream a little late. So I'll be back here in just a second. Give me a second here, Trey, and I'll come right back. Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, so Trey, my suggestion to you would be to work on energetic exercises. And Hot Girl Vic, I'll do a reading for you. I'll do the 1 card reading for you. But my question to you is, or not my question, my recommendation to you, Trey, is to do exercises where we work on expanding our energetic boundaries. Okay. And we need to do this. So an empath is like, I use this analogy and to me it makes sense. So let me know if this helps you. An empath is a sponge. Okay. And a sponge does not care whether it falls in clean water or dirty water, it's going to absorb the water, right? As an empath, you're learning how to discern between other people's emotions and your own emotions. That's kind of the first step. That works with dealing with boundaries, learning how to address how you fit into your own situation, basically. So when it comes to absorbing other people's energy, we can decide to do that or we can decide not to. We're basically always on until we learn how to make these boundaries with ourselves, and then we can make it so that we're not always on and we're not expressing other people's emotions. An empath is there to express other people's emotions, I feel like, in a healthy way. But a lot of people in this day and age are so backed up with their own emotional bullshit, I guess you could say, but they're so backed up that it makes it almost impossible for them to be able to go back to address their emotions. So an empath comes in, you, right? And those emotions are seeking for a way to be expressed. You're an empath. Therefore, if the emotions go to you, you can express them and the person kind of gets a little bit lighter because of it. But then you feel drained because you are expressing other people's emotions for them. So is that your situation? All right, Crux, I'll see you later. You take care. So, energetic exercises can be as simple as expanding your own sphere of influence. There you go. Yeah. So, that's empathy mixed with psychic ability. So, I'll do this and then I'm going to do a reading for. So, yeah, I'm going to address Hot Girl Vic's questions and then I will talk. But with Trey, for instance, work on expanding your own sphere of influence, your own energy field. So if you can, watch videos on Qigong, watch videos that work on empowering the self. You're already putting yourself out there. You're already expending yourself out there because you have psychic and empathic abilities. We need to take that back a little bit and we need to claim that for ourselves a little bit. So work on how to establish energetic boundaries. Do Qigong, do anything that helps us moving that energy within our own body. Psychic ability is great, but you need to have somewhere where you have your own sense of self-expression so that you can establish a stronger sense of identity with yourself. If you're an empath and you don't, and it sounds like you know you're an empath, but for instance, if you're an empath, you don't know you're an empath, you can believe that you're a completely different person than you actually are because you've been taking on people's emotions for so long, and it can lead to an identity crisis. So Qigong is good. Doing something with inner energy movement is good. Focusing on expanding that sphere of influence of ourselves, our aura, basically. And then we can learn when to turn on our ability and when to turn it off. Okay, so now we'll address this. You're okay. We're still a little bit down the list, and hopefully you subscribed because that's going to be next time that I get to your guys' reading. So Thursday at 5 p.m. MST. Okay. I'm still going to do one more reading here. I'm going to go with Hot Girl Vic and then Crystal Ball next time. If you are live right when I go live, not right when I go, but after I do my general readings, you guys can ask your questions. There's only so much time in a day. I've almost been on for 3 hours. So, thank you, Crystal Ball, for understanding. Okay, so you asked r/should me and Tonya be going to reconnect. Good night, guys, and subscribe if you're not subscribed and like the video. Like I said, Thursday, 5 p.m. MST, I'm going live again, and yeah, I'm not done yet. I'm still here for a minute. There's no curtain call quite yet, but I'm getting close. Okay, so you too. I'm just gonna call you Jesus. You too, Jesus. Okay. Okay, we're going to address your question, Hot Girl Vic. My mind is starting to wander a little bit, so give me a second here to let me reconnect. All right. Let's do this. Will you reconnect? Used to be BFFs. Will you reconnect with Tanya? Okay. So, Hot Girl Vic, I get anxiety in reverse. So I feel like we're worrying about something that we have no control over. I understand she used to be a best friend, and maybe there might be something that comes back from that. But when I say anxiety in reverse, it's kind of like if she wants to go out and do her thing, you should be able to do your thing, even though you're missing the connection. I know that's what you're saying. You're missing the connection. But yeah, so anxiety in reverse, I would say focus on doing what you can do now for yourself. And if you guys meet up again in the future, that's great. But for right now, I'm not necessarily feeling like there's going to be a meetup in the immediate future. So just take your time with that and try and just be in the moment as much as you can. So yeah. Hi Yuma, I'm getting ready to go offline, you guys. So it's been almost 3 hours. So I thank you guys for stopping by. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, but I am getting ready to go off here. So hopefully that helps you, Vic, and we can go from there. But yeah. You're welcome. I don't sugarcoat my readings. And you guys can absolutely... I know there's a few of you that keep coming to this, but you guys can absolutely see me here if you need to. Good night to you guys too, and I will talk to you guys on Thursday, 5 p.m. MST. Okay, guys? You take care, and I will talk to you later.